Do you want to take a life? Do you want to cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
Cause I'm probably late. Oh, Friday night time. Radical light and highly organized. It's Friday night time. Friday night time. If you're still not offended tonight. Oh, Friday night time. Rest assured that the chances are high.
Good. Hey, everybody. Is that true? What I'm seeing in chat right now, RIP Asmundad. Can we fact check on that? If that's so, that's terrible. That's terrible. Being somebody who's lost his pops to cancer. What's up? What's up? I'm live. Okay. My son. Sorry. My son wanted to ask me a very important question about A Song of Ice and Fire. He didn't realize I was live. Yeah, if that's true about Asmundad, R.I.P. My heart goes out to him. I'm glad he took some time to hang out with Pops. To hang out with Pops. Hello, everybody. Prayers out to Asmund. Yeah, we're doing this. I will not run over open bar. We will end right before open bar starts. I'm not going to get everything in today. Thank you, 7-Eleven. We'll talk about the Kimmel video in a second. You guys were crazy last Friday, so we're going to have to do this. I'm thinking part 1 today and then part 2 before Flashcast on Saturday. I usually take Saturday off, but we'll wrap it up. Flashcast Saturday, and then we'll have the regular Nooner on Monday. But we're gonna go for like an hour and a half here. I'm tired. I am tired. Last night was date night for Melissa and I. We were gonna go out and have a nice dinner, and on our way out, we saw that Jimmy Kimmel got fired, put on hiatus, fired, whatever. Right now, as it stands, show is done. It's canceled. Could he come back? Sure. But we found that out. So we had like a really fast, romantic dinner. And I booked back and I had to, I recorded a video and Perry Chan turned that thing around. He drank a bunch of coffee and powered that thing out and was editing right up to about an hour before it released. And the beast, he's like, I'm not even going to sleep. I'm so pumped. I'm gonna play video games. So hail Perry Chan for a magnificent editing job. Not sure if everybody's going to agree with me on that video, and that's fine. That's fine. But as you guys know, Jimmy Kimmel's done. The series of events that led to it. I went over it in the video. Benny was front and center on that one. FCC chairman, Nexstar, and Hollywood is up in arms now. Not a lot, we admittedly did hear from some people for Charlie Kirk, and to them, like Jamie Lee Curtis and even Mark Hamill had a nice statement. It's like, good. We need more of that in the world. Well done. So I'm not going to say all of Hollywood, but most of Hollywood was celebrating behind the scenes. If you want to be silent, be silent. That's fine. But they're way more worried about a third place late night host who was averaging 1 million views a night and costing his company tens of millions of dollars. I said in the video, I think Disney's ABC just saw it as a good excuse to save them a few bucks. Remember, Jimmy took another hiatus back in the Summer of Love. You all remember his little hiatus during the Summer of Love, so he wouldn't get canceled for his previous blackface. He could start a podcast. And then people will be whining about cancel culture and hypocrisy. It's like, listen, he got fired. I'm going to talk about it. Do I think he should have been fired for lying publicly, demonizing half the country, using somebody's death to demonize half the country? Yeah, fuck off. I have no sympathy at all. None. But this is what I warned about. This is what all of you warned about many years ago. Once a precedent is set, it will be used against you. And you know who, and then both sides start using it against each other. And you know who loses? We do. But that's what the left is doing right now. They use cancel culture over and over again. As Razorfist had a great video on this too. They made the rules. These are just the rules that they made, and now it's being used against them. They're like, oh, cancel culture. Roseanne's been on a tear on Twitter. She's been fucking great. And Obama coming out and like, fuck that dude. What a piece of shit. Absolute piece of shit. But we all knew that. So yeah, but I dropped a video. I think it's first time in many years. A couple years that we've dropped 2 videos within 24 hours. And Perry and I are really tired. I'm fucking tired. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night at all. So this will be fun. I'm punchy. Oh, what did Obama say? Okay. That's a good question. Let's get to that. Well, he had his earlier comments about Charlie Kirk, which was nobody should die, but that kind of bullshit, which is whatever. Obama is behind the scenes, not publicly, behind the scenes, the most divisive president we ever had. And he has contributed quite a bit to the divisiveness in this country. All the whinging on college campuses and political correctness all started in his era. I would also like to point out that all the activist infiltration into publishing, comics, video games, movies, all happened around the same time. Now, again, there's always been leftists there. They're always there. But the extreme, over-the-top, absurd, hysterical rhetoric that we've gotten started under his reign. After years of complaining about cancel culture, the current administration has taken it to a new dangerous level by routinely threatening regulatory action against media companies unless they muzzle or fire reporters and commentators it doesn't like. Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle, called ABC to have Roseanne fired. So go fuck yourself. He's also been pulling a lot of strings politically since he left office. Big Mike. Big Mike. So that's what he said. All right, we got to get to you guys. I can't be messing around with this. So this is Friday Night Tight Square Up. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to try to give these their proper time, and we will be out before open bar, so you can all go watch Drinker and Mahler. Chit-chatting with Drinker a little bit today. And I think it's fine to have a conversation about free speech, free expression. What are the consequences of your action from a private employer? Each individual action should be looked at individually. And Jimmy Kimmel said, and I said in my video, he has no reason to apologize, and it's taken out of context. And fuck him. I think he should be fired for being really bad at his job, but we can't use that as an excuse. This was a deliberate lie, and it was done to demonize half the country. And it's, as ABC and Nexstar said, we don't need this in our time. Like right now, this is the last fucking thing we need. Nobody's asking you to like Charlie Kirk. Oh, and Kimmel's also celebrated the firing of a lot of people. So, nobody's going to feel bad for him. I'm not going to feel bad. What kind of precedence does this set? The state getting involved? Well, I mean, the state saying, hey, we could be looking into this can cause a lot of problems, but that's exactly what the state was doing 8 years previous at your beckoning, Obama, Biden, Clinton. So it was fine when you did it. And like I said before, these two sides, the right's just using it against you now. How's it fucking feel? And Jimmy's still breathing. You know who really got canceled? Charlie Kirk. NT Mullins for $5 says the left uses words to manipulate, not to communicate. Agreed. Okay. That is not just the domain of the left, but they have become very good at it, and they are insidious about it. But there's a lot of, uniparty Republicans that do the same goddamn thing, and the media does the same goddamn thing. I think most of us here just want the truth, and we know we're not getting it now. And I guess it's just best to know we're not getting it now. But the Hollywood, corporate media, social media have played their part in the situation we're in now. They've played the starring role, ladies and gentlemen. If there was one of those trash Hollywood fucking posters, modern posters, where it's just a bunch of heads, the main head would be corporate media, and then second one, no, the main head might be social media, and then corporate media, and then Hollywood. Galactic Troll for $10. Amazing job taking on the leftists. Hail to the fellowship. Hail. Hail. And I have to point out, a lot of people on the left not down with the celebration of death. Really not. And it's moving them. And I guess that's the good that comes out of it. Man, shit is going down on Facebook. The boomers are just going at each other. That's what I heard. I don't go on Facebook. My wife is been getting some scraps. I'm like, women. James for $10. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. In my eyes, I'm even further right than the guy like Charlie Kirk. Where does that leave people like myself on that spectrum of the right's rhetoric? And that's quotes. Much love from the Midwest. Keep up the hard work. Stay smart and be safe. Stay smart and be safe. Well, that's what you just said. That's the rhetoric that's been ratcheted up to where now Charlie Kirk is considered an extremist. An extremist. Now, you can have a couple of extreme views and not be an extremist. An extremist is, I don't want to fucking talk to you anymore. You're not even a person to me. And who acts like that? An extremist knowingly lies about their opposition for propaganda or whatever purposes. Who does that? Jeremy Griggs for $20. Well, he must be a first-time super chatter. Jeremy Griggs. That name rings a bell. It rings a bell. I was on the phone with Jeremy for 2 hours. We were talking like a couple of gossipy girls. But you know what we were talking about? We could have done a live stream. It could have just been a live stream. It was the same shit we talk about here. I was telling my wife about, like, I don't know who's dating who. I don't know. Some people, I don't even know if they're married or not. They might. I have no fucking idea because dudes, we don't talk about that shit. So how's your girlfriend and stuff? It's like, no, we're like, bruh, I was watching this movie and like, it's just the same shit we talk about on streams. I couldn't tell you. And I'm very, very happy in my ignorance. Just to tell you. Oh, Ryan Kittle for 20. Oh, wait, I didn't even say Jeremy's fucking super chat. Ooh, I told you I'm tired. A little punchy. How does Ryan Kittle tell you he's gay without telling you he's gay? Go Bears. Go Pack go, Ryan. Go Pack go. As a official part-time resident of Wisconsin, I think if I'm going to get back in the NFL, I think I'm going to adopt the Packers. They're never going to leave. They're owned by their own city. There's stock that you can buy. There's a big old G on the helmet. And I've been to a lot of their games now. I've been to Lambeau a bunch. Lambeau's great. What a great stadium. And then they have I'm going to go off on this. They have these brats. They have these apple brats. No, it's a brat with like an apple sauerkraut, right? A little, it is so fucking good. You got to be German to appreciate that. It's so good, but no, Lambeau's great. People there are great. They're really good fans. I like Packers. Jeremy tried explaining. Okay, this is from Ryan Kittle for $20. Jeremy tried explaining Tarzan to me. He told me that there was Tarzan, Lord of the Apes, Cheetah the Chimp, and Jane, his girlfriend. When I asked him what Jane's whole name was, he just blinked and said, her whole named pussy. It's stupid. It is fucking stupid. Oh, Ryan. Ragnar 002 for 678. Now I understand why you complain about Streamlabs. I hope this time username will be correct. Hell, Streamlabs is fine. I have no problem with Streamlabs. Elgato apparently does because they just wiped them from their Stream Deck, so I'm going to throw it in the trash. But StreamYards is all we have for streaming. There's other things. I think there's Riverside and stuff, and they're okay, but they're not really intuitive. And it's crazy, like how popular streaming is. Like there isn't a better competitor. Now, StreamYards has improved a little bit. Their audio is just terrible. Utterly terrible. But yeah, it's just surprising there isn't more out there with as popular as streaming is. But It's also really expensive to make these things. Magical something for 1356. Rest in peace, Charlie. He changed countless lives with his words. I wish I had a chance to meet him in real life. Ghost of Sashimi is going to be my go-to name for the game from now on. I just can't unhear it. Cheers from the UK. Hail FNT. Hail the fellowship. Yeah. Sashimi. The only reason I know what it is, a friend of ours named Kimmy, she's a sweetheart and a good friend, my wife, lived with us for a while. And she had some of that. It's like a sauerkraut, right? And she had some of it in our fridge. And when she opened it, it smelled like a dead body wrapped around sweaty socks. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And she's like, she starts eating. I'm like, fucking weirdos. Or is it kimchi? That's kimchi. Yeah, I was thinking kimchi, not sashimi. Sorry, kimchi. Fucking all that Asian shit's the same. Yeah, people know though. As soon as I said dead body wrapped in fucking socks, you're like, no, that's kimchi, dumbass. Fucking A, that stuff was terrible. Crusty Jugglers for $10. They hate all of us. Let's get this trend going on social media. Hashtag I am Charlie Kirk. I saw a lot of that. We need them to know how many of us there are, and that we are united and we are the side of peace and tolerance. Nobody's burning anything down. If an equal figure on the other side was assassinated by some Patriot Front dude, which is a fucking fed up. We all know that. But this is just an example. I'm just throwing out in hypothetical. What do you think could be happening right now? You know the answer. Joshua Curtis for $5. Hail, chat. I am joining late, but wanted to say thank you for what you are doing and bringing some fresh breath to a dark place. I would like to talk offline, if I could, about best places to move to in Texas from NorCal. Family of 6 with 3 special need teens. Send an email, and Melissa actually could probably give. Send Joshua, if you're out there, send an email to to Gary at nerdrotic.com and ask for Melissa, and she can give you some places to start. Definitely. I can even ask Garrett. There are the work with special needs here is actually pretty good, depending on where you are. Right. We found something spectacular, absolutely spectacular, but some good school districts around here. So we'd be happy to do that. And if you're moving from NorCal, I call it NoCal, but you're calling it NorCal. You're gonna find out everything's a lot less expensive, including gas. Half shaved bridge kitten for $20 says, I was not sure about the best way to share this post, but it is directly connected to this. Keep in mind, all extremists follow these guidelines. And there is a link in there that I can go to. Oh, it's fucking PBS too. That's funny. Oh, now I can't go to it. But if you're rules for radicals, it's all out there. Matthew Hammond for $3. What's up, Matthew? I know you're in the chat. People need to realize that this is beyond Charlie Kirk. It is. You're right. Absolutely right. You can dislike Charlie, but you need to realize how bad this is. They assassinated someone for speech. So the left that is currently complaining about Jimmy Kimmel's cancel culture, they're strangely silent for the human being that was canceled from life for his speech. So take your crying about Jimmy Kimmel somewhere else. This is the only people that care about Jimmy Kimmel being fired is Hollywood. It was for their fucking circle jerk. He is part of this PR machine and propaganda machine that is run by Disney and ABC. and they run out and have boring 5-minute interviews with fucking window licking adult pretenders, vapid, self-important, and dumb as fuck adult pretenders. And it's a dead 20th century model. What Hollywood is turning into is a dead 20th century model. Talk shows, award shows, scripted entertainment, movies. These are all things that are on the great waning. They are done because, they had their time, but a lot of it was based on broadcast. A lot of it was based on being in the theaters. And these are things that had their time. Are they going to completely go away forever? No. There'll be a fun little niche like vinyl. I love vinyl. But they are not the number one source of entertainment. That is gaming by orders of magnitude. And we're their competition now. So Hollywood's in a competition with themselves and with us. And they're still using these late night models because it helps. It's for the stars. They love it's like Chris talked about this. Red carpet isn't for the public. Nobody pays attention to that shit. No, it's to jerk off the stars so they could jerk off their fucking ego. It's for them. But the days of people like, oh my God, look at her dress and she's so pretty. Those are done. They're fucking done. You want now you have to go like, I was just talking to my son about this. One of the best celebrity interviews I've seen in a while was Joe Rogan interviewing Josh Brolin. That was really fucking good. And Josh Brolin, regular dude, pretty regular dude. Had a hard past and stuff. And, it made him human. And you know what? He could hang. Most stars cannot hang with Joe Rogan. I think Matthew McConaughey was just on. But, yeah. You got Theo Vaughn. You got Joe Rogan. You got all these podcasts out there. You don't need late night. And it doesn't help that it's just been Trump really sucks. Am I right? Woo! All the clapping seals go, yep, he sucks. It's like, it's so tired, but man, they are in such a bubble. And God bless Robert Meyer Burnett. We're friends. We'll always be friends. But I'll just say this. If you're going to say, for example, I'm going to get in trouble if I say this. I don't care. I'd talk to Robert. I'd just go like, picture this, Robert. You're saying, for example, somebody like Benny Johnson is an agent for Russia. This isn't true, by the way. I don't want to get Benny. But if we're just going to play a game of who's Benny Johnson an agent of? Russia or Israel? Benny Johnson is an agent for America, by the way. I know Jim. I know Benny. Okay. But I'm just saying, if we want to like play the what ifs, crazy fucking stupid what if games, which are going on right now, they're nuts. They're nuts. I was so happy when the Witcher trailer came out. I was just telling Drake this. Oh my God, I have something normal to make a video on. And then fucking Kimmel happens. But Alien Earth ends next week, and I will be doing a full review. And man, a lot of people like that show. And if you like it, cool. Don't let me spoil your fun. I think it's really dumb, and it descended into absurdity this week to the point where we're laughing. Like I didn't like Alien Earth, and I thought it was dumb, but I had more respect for it, at least creatively, than Ironheart because it like. The craft work in it, some of the alien design, but mostly the set design and the costuming and stuff. I'm like, that is top tier. I mean, this might be the best example of something that looks pretty fucking good and is just terrible. It's brought down by every human being walking in it. And it sucks because I think it's a frustrating show because they had some good ideas, too many good ideas. And well, they didn't care about them. They just brushed them off. And the characters are just completely unlikable. Completely unlikable. And again, I'm surprised because Noah Hawley has made some really good stuff in the past. All right, we got the memberships here from Solomon Kane 66. Solomon Kane. You know, the director of the excellent Solomon Kane movie did Red Sonja, but they went through a little change from then to now. Little change. But they, you know, I actually don't blame the director for Red Sonja. I blame the fact that they stuck with the same fucking script. What the fuck are you thinking? Jesus Davila. Thank you for the $5. Sunday West Misason, Smiles Frown, Crady Art, 21 Palika, Atreides, sorry, War Machine 300. Thank you for gifting Nerdrotic memberships. We appreciate it. It will be, let me check my date here. Sunday. So this Sunday night after Forbidden Frontier, if you're a member on the main channel, we're going to be doing a Tulsa King season 3 premiere watch party. Please join me. I think it starts at 7 or 8 Central. I'll let you guys know. I'll find out today and let you guys know. Yeah, our rest in I'm guessing that's confirmed. So rest in peace to Asmongold's dad. I sorry, I can't help but think about my dad who died of cancer 20 years ago. So I know what he's going through, and I'm sure he was proud of his kid. His kids accomplished a lot. And he wisely took some time to spend with them, and you cherish that time. You really do. You really do. Think about all the people who don't get a chance to say goodbye, right? So at least he got that. At least I got that. But fuck cancer. So prayers out to Asmongold and his family. R.I.P. Yeah. Going fast. Yeah, that's what happened to my dad. My dad had colon cancer, and he went into remission, and it seemed like everything was fine, and then it came back, and he was dead in 2 months. And what's crazy and sad is I'd go to Charger games with my dad, and the guy who sat to the right of us my entire life, watched me grow up, was a guy named Dick Barnett. Great guy, great Charger fan. He got cancer the same time as my dad, and they died within a month of each other. R.I.P. Dick Barnett. That guy was an awesome Charger. He was crazy Charger fan. He's the kind of guy who had the beer thing hat and would wear it like what? Because he really wanted to drink the beer out of his hat. It wasn't even like a joke to him. It was like, no, it's great. I got my hands free and fucking beer. So yeah, fuck cancer. Gary, all leftists are evil demons. We will win. Leftists. Let's make the yeah, you mean like commie leftists, miserable individuals who want to tear our system apart and replace it with what they believe is a communist utopia, that they're incredibly naive, dumb, and they don't care. They just want to tear it down for a myriad of reasons. Don't want to make any generalizations, but I would say most of them are just lazy or had bad parents. You know, like that video of the kids like, we got some good news. Did Donald Trump die? It's like, holy shit. We could only hope that those two girls rebel against their moms, like most girls do, and they become full on MAGA, which would be hilarious. But yeah. I saw that a lot in San Francisco. King Fire 45. I saw a lot of people Some were really nice, but man, you get into politics and they just turned into frothing beasts. And despite what people think, I'm a pretty middle of the road dude. It's what's changed, and I think most of you are too, and it's what's changed around us. But then, my shop was near San Francisco State, so I certainly saw the raging commie wacko kids who were 19 years old, and they took one class, and they had their fucking malleable sponge-like window-licking minds easily manipulated by some 28-year-old professor who looks sus as hell. Like that, there's a lot of that there. Hell, some of those professors shopped at my store. Surprisingly enough, a couple of them were based. They were few and far between. Lots of ponytails, guys. Lots of dreads. Lots of ponytails. Lots of patchouli oil. Sector for $5. I'm from the USSR. The left is so giddy is because nothing worked to curb MAGA so far, but now they feel like they found something that they that will prepare. I agree with that. I think you should always go through life prepared for the worst. It's a lesson I learned in prison. I've told the story before. I'm sitting there quietly eating my lunch. Everything is pretty peaceful. It's a big, like, dorm-like area. Think of it as like high school, but with murderers. And I'm eating. Things are like completely calm. And I look up, and this big biker I was with, I call it a shank, but it was a pencil, but it was sharpened. So it was a shank. It was a more sharpened pencil sticking out of his fucking neck. There's Monty Python blood spraying all over me, my food, him, and then shit goes sideways. Like, it goes fucking nuts. And what happened was this little, the guy's name was Flash, and he was a pledge for Hell's Angels. So he wasn't even an official Hell's Angel. Dude was fucking giant. And this black kid, 18-year-old black kid, thought he'd get his cred or what. I don't know what was behind it. I don't know if Flash or he felt like Flash disrespected him. Don't know. Fucking stabbed him in the neck, and dude, it went nuts. It went fucking nuts. There's blood and fucking like horrible violence going on, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is not fun. So, yeah, and I did what any normal person would do. Get under the table. I'm like, I'm not fighting these motherfuckers. Hell no. And then my cellie, because at the time when this happened, I was very young, grabbed me by my by the shirt and tossed me in the fucking cell and closed the door. They're like, he's gonna get killed. But yeah, I learned that minute, like, oh, things can be nice and civil, and shit can go sideways quick. So you kind of want to go through life like that, I would think. You never know when the meteor is going to drop. You never know. You just never know. You know who's prepared? Tim Pool. I took a tour around his compound, and he's got all the food, and he's ready. And I respect that. It's like prepper ready. And I'm like, yeah. Comics is a bit of a prepper. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a prepper. I think it's smart. Very smart. Doge for $20 says, correction from last week. The movie was called Lesbian Space Princess. My point stands, though. It represents absolutely everything wrong with Western animation industry, and I am disillusioned with what it has become. Animation, 2D animation is trash, and America has killed it. I thank God, anime is still out there. A lot of it's really good, But yeah, that Cal Art shit, fuck that stuff. So I saw the trailer for that and it's like, ugh. I'm a student at UVU, says Jacob Egbert for $5. Oh, I was going to attend the event, but got called into work. Been a tough week in Utah. Appreciate you all and the positivity today. Hey, I saw they hung the flag there, Jacob. And good luck to you there, buddy. That cannot, oh my God, just even being there, that's gonna, I mean, you guys are kids, and that's what happened was tragic, horrible, unnecessary, brutal, evil, and historic. What's going to happen afterwards is absolutely historic. So, what gen are we on? Alpha? This is your watershed moment. This is your generation defining event. And we'll see what plays out. Fossils aren't cute, Gary, says Southeastern Kaiju. Well, I'll be the judge of that, buddy. I'll decide what I think is cute. Christopher Patchett for 5 British pounds. Viciousness is the virtue of the wicked. Oscar Wilde. Yeah. My dad once told me, always kick a man when he's down. But I never really got that into it. I dancing on graves, kicking people when they're down, except in rare cases. I don't feel sorry for Jimmy Kimmel for one. He will go to bed in his on piles of his Pfizer and corporate propaganda money for being a puppet, and not the kind of puppet that gets the string pulled. No, the man's hand was right up his ass. Right up his ass. And he's not I call him a sellout, Howard Stern a sellout, but the truth is they were always phonies. And Hollywood's filled with them. And that's another thing Hollywood's going to have to deal with is authenticity is going to matter a lot more. And they have a hard time with it. I know people are calling for who are the other talk show hosts? There's Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. Is Jimmy Fallon that bad? I mean, I don't watch any of them. Craig Ferguson and Conan O'Brien were like the last 2 great talk show hosts, in my opinion. Nobody will ever be better than Johnny Carson. David Letterman in his heyday was great, but Johnny's the GOAT. Johnny was absolutely the GOAT. Married a Filipina, made with benefits. All right. I love my wife and my 8-month daughter so much. It's pronounced Kerr. Kerr, thank you for the $10. And man, it's awesome. Be grateful. I think it's good to focus on what we're grateful for right now. Stephen Williams for $5. I asked this one of Drinker, but I wanted your opinion on why old action heroes have shredded clothes and new action heroes don't, like Temple of Doom. That's a weird question, and I haven't thought about it much. Do new action hero? Well, yeah, John Wick. I don't know. Nobody. He had some shredded clothes, but even the action heroes, they're skinnier guys. Like the action heroes of old in the 80s weren't all like buff Arnold. That was and Stallone. That was an 80s thing. But there's Charlie Bronson and yeah, they were just badass. They were more badass. I don't know why they don't have shredded clothes. I would have to fact check that, Stephen. But I would say there's the pussification and the emasculation of Hollywood. So our leading men now are like little fucking dainty twinks. For the most part. Dead DOA for 10 British pounds, proper money. Charlie's only sin was trying to teach kids to find happiness in reality rather than being angry, bitter, and resentful while living in a self-perpetuating lie. Yes. There are people who see the world. There are people who see the world for what they want it to be, and there are people who see the world for what it is. Mark Daly for $5. Once is happenstance, Rand Paul. Twice is coincidence, Steve Scalise. Third time is enemy action, Trump. Fourth time is, I don't know what this is, casus belli? Is that, what's casus belli? Belli, which is Kirk. You're way smarter than me, Mark. When throwing out questions, just when it comes to me, lowest common denominator, baby. Aaron Adar, maybe the chat knows what that is. As a reason for war. Thank you. See, you guys are smarter. Cause for war. Thanks, guys. Always got my back. Appreciate you. Aaron Adar just sends prayers for $4.99. Right back at you. Aiken for $7.99. Americans can't make coffee to save themselves. Hey, Shad. What are you talking about? Well, I haven't had Australian coffee. We make pretty good coffee. Now, do we make it as good as like I mean, it's not technically coffee, but the Italians? Oh, oof, oof. No. Peru has some pretty solid coffee too. But we do okay. Mark Daly for $5. A vampire that sparkles isn't a vampire. It's a fairy in both senses of the word. Yes. Galactic Troll for $20. Hail to the fellowship. Keep telling people who the left really are. Full-time job for sure. I just wanted to review TV shows and movies. I don't know if you all saw this video. I recommend you watch this video. And it's a John Campia video. Now, what's a John Campia video? It is a clip from a live stream. Robert's in it. But the title was top 10 terrible things about something like that. Top 10 terrible things about movie YouTubers. And John thinks he's so smart. So he wanted to find a way where he can disconnect himself and do this and basically bitch about a sphere that he absolutely believes he created, which he didn't. And of course, we're the worst thing in it, just to spoil it. But he got his list from Chat GPT. I'm going to ask Chat GPT, plausible deniability. No, because you can't articulate it yourself. You can't articulate it yourself. I mean, well, I don't care. Has John ever done like a full on? I mean, like I didn't watch Collider. I didn't watch fucking Movie Talk. So if I didn't watch any of that shit. I always found it really boring and static. And it just sounded, well, it sounded like it was fucking boring, you know? But has he ever done full on edited videos of his reviews? He's got the resources to do it. Man, hell, maybe he can even edit. Robert can edit. Robert's a great editor. Robert's a professional editor. Has he ever done that? But of course, it's all us. But yeah, go if you want a good laugh, go watch it. I was listening to it on my walk yesterday. Had a good chuckle. Oh, and it's because Hollywood's completely fine. It's not that woke. Doesn't push a message. Everything's fine. Hail, excuse me. Thank you. Sorry, I think I read Galactic Troll. Thank you. Thank you guys for your streams that really helped me out these parts the past few days. The one hit, this one hit hard. sad and angry and lacking sleep, all while working 12-hour days and keeping you guys in my ear. Cheers. Yeah, life goes on. We were all like, everybody was exhausted, and it wasn't from the streams or anything. It's when something like this happens, you don't get the best sleep anyway. Your mind's kind of always worried. And like, listen, let's be real. What's the most concerning thing about this, right? A man was killed for speech, murdered probably in front of his family, murdered in front of America, all his friends. I mean, imagine like how Jack Posobiec feels, or JD Vance talked about it. You know, these people, whether you like them or not, they were his friends, and they saw their friend get murdered over and over again on Twitter. Like, I can't even imagine what that would be like. So on a human level, which a lot of people don't want to deal with this, but what's much bigger is it's the super chat from earlier. This is bigger than Charlie Kirk. This is much bigger than Charlie Kirk. This is an escalation. And what everybody's concerned about is what happens next. And we can't, I'm not, blackpilling is not the way to go. But something's coming. And we can't deny that reality. What that something is, hopefully it's minor. Hopefully it's coming together. Like, but hope is not a strategy. You need to be aware and prepared of, like, this could go south. Further south. We don't know. And I'm sure, no, I know, because we all are. Everybody's exhausted from the constant 8 years of the culture war. But who's kept the culture war alive? Who's kept it fucking going? When everybody was like, okay, we're ready to be done. The same culprits. The same culprits. Woke is not dead. The culture war is not over. It's just starting. I hate to say that. And I'll say it again. Woke killed somebody. It's killed a lot of somebodies, but it killed a prominent somebody. That philosophy, that leftist philosophy, took a life. And it's taken, Charlie's wasn't the first. Razorfist brought it up in his video. A MAGA supporter in Colorado was executed, shot in the back of the head just for wearing a MAGA hat. Didn't hear that much in the news. If it was the other way around, if it was a Biden supporter or Kamala supporter, there'd be statues. This one got brushed under the rug. And I don't know how many examples we need from the leftist media that they don't care. They don't care. Not playing by the same rules. And it sucks because, again, they don't play by the same rules, then the other side plays by their rules. And it gets dirtier and dirtier. Who gets caught in the middle? Middle class, working class people just trying to go about their lives. So that's what everybody's worried about. And they should be. But giving up is not an option. As suck it up, mate. Be an example of strength. He is. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did. Hail Az, though. We love Az. Arterial music stores for 10 British pounds proper money. So happy to see my people I respect. Disbrew, who, as a fellow Brit I watch a lot, Vera, with coverage on the gaming industry, Shad with their love of fantasy and medieval history. Keep up the good work. All great co-hosts. Vera was put in a rough situation, handled it like a fucking pro. Like, it's almost like she's a pro. She will be back. She came in on a rough week and not only just held her own, greatly contributed to the show. So we are grateful for that. Go give her a sub. And also watch Fuck My Life which is the live stream of Ryan and Vera. It's on Monday from 9 to 11, I believe, Eastern time. It's a good live stream. Shane Stocks for £5 I have been blackpilled. Society is lost. There's no going back. How can millions cheer the death of Charlie? They win if you do that, Shane. That's what they want. They want to wear you down. They want you to give up. What can men do against such reckless hate? Ride out with me. For death and glory, for your people. Too Tired for $5. Their religion absolves them from their sins. So as long as it's in the name of their God, this is not a culture war. It's a religious war. Oh, sorry. That was the second part. It was out of order. My bad. For libs, their ideology is their religion. It has replaced God. So if you don't puppet their Bible, they aren't human. Their religion absolves them from their sins. So as long as it's in the name of their God, this is not a culture war. It's a religious war. The very same thing the left constantly called people out for religion with religious wars. And they have just replaced. Yes. I mean, that's socialism, Marxism, I know a lot of really good atheists who don't believe that shit, by the way, who are just pure capitalists. But, part of the communism is removing God because the state is God. The state is God. And it makes it very easy to become a dictatorship, although communism has never been tried, guys. It's never been tried. Cole York for $10. I know too many conservatives who are quiet because they don't want to ruffle any feathers. They hate you and would welcome your demise with glee. It is time to speak out. Keep up the good work, y'all. Hell yeah. The one thing, I mean, everybody here in the sphere, content creators and you in the chat, we haven't had a lot of problems speaking out. It's great to see more people doing it. Like Tectone out there is like just tearing it up. Like that's good. That's good. That's good. You're and Asmongold's been on a tear lately too, and that's great. It's been a lot of people who have been speaking out for a long time. A lot of them were removed from YouTube. A lot of them were removed from YouTube. Some of them are still here, but we need more and more people doing it. We just do. So hell yeah, bring it. Not playing that, well, where were you before? I don't care. I don't even care now. I don't fucking care. As long as you're here and you're real, welcome. Film Phoenix for $10. 9-Line Apparel has a great T-shirt to honor Charlie Kirk. Profits go to TP USA. A fund has also been set up on Give Send Go for Kirk's family. Go check it out. As long as it's legit. Because there are people grifting off his death as far as like selling fucking shirts under like a Benny post. It's like, oh, God. Soul 123 for $10. After the show, everyone please mass report. Yeah. I cannot back this. Sorry, Soul 123. I'm going to read your super chat, but I'm going to tell you why I cannot and will not back this. After the show, everyone please mass report Destiny and Hassan for hate speech. No. Nope. Go to their YouTube channels and report them for hate speech and violence and get these evil people off YouTube. I cannot back that at all. For one, YouTube will not get rid of them. Soul 123 and the unwritten rule of YouTube, which I completely believe in and would never do because I just don't snitch, is having people removed just because you don't like their ideas. Now, if there's somebody, like being cruel to an animal or like there are certain situations, by all means, take them down. But Destiny, Hassan, I think it's actually better for the world to hear their ideas. I do. Hear their ideas. Much better. Like Jimmy Kimmel, I don't want him blackballed from all of entertainment. Ghost. He might. Well, he stole a lot of. We saw their act on a podcast. None of them could create a podcast because they can't speak without their fucking writers. But he could. He's got experience. He's gonna be fine. You know, people love to bring up Gina. I did say Ben Stiller said this isn't right. And like, listen, I'm all for people getting fired who suck at their jobs, right? And somebody brought up Gina. It's like, well, you know, I'm not going to say Gina's like Academy Award winning actress, but she was good in the show that I didn't love season 2 that much, but she was good in the show, and you cannot argue she was extremely popular. Extremely popular. One of the most popular characters of the show. Jimmy Kimmel, an argument can be made that he really sucked. He really wasn't that good. Dude, I went to the Jimmy Kimmel show live many years ago, 20 years ago when it was normal. And I saw Tenacious D and Guillermo del Toro, and I got to meet him in the green room, and Tenacious D played. It was kind of fun. But he was a phony. But yeah, it's like, whataboutism? Whataboutism? We're in different times now because a man was canceled, meaning murdered, for his ideas. So comparatively, we can't go there anymore. We just can't. Different situation. What about Roseanne? Was Roseanne shitty at her job? No, she actually wasn't. They got rid of her. After the show, okay, I already got that one. Today, I overheard 2 girls in the elevator celebrate his death. As a father, I don't know how to process the anger. Rest in peace, legend. How would I deal with that? It really depends on what mood I was in, because I might have said something. Rogue. Usually I just walk away. When I hear something that stupid, I'm like, well, they're going to have a rough life. Best of luck. But then, you know, if I was feeling generally irritated, I probably would have said something. Vault 95 for $9.99. Demons learned human language to trick and exploit your good nature, and demons got too cocky this week. Lots of goblins. Lots of goblins. I blame the death of academia for the death of Kirk. It has turned into a one side calls for violence instead of an open dialogue to see a different point of view. Kirk was a threat for showing the error of their foundation. Threat. Sorry, Brian Smart. Thank you, Brian. What up, Brian? How's it going? Thanks for the 20. Hail, Brian. Been around for a long time. Church Jack Z for $10. God bless y'all, and hail. That's it. Right back at you. Vote Like Charlie says, clank, clank, I'm a tank for $5. Aaron Pipes for $5.99. I think it is only a matter of time before one of these prominent Yahtzee callers gets it. I hope not. I really hope not. The left has been baiting the right for a long time into violence. I think the last time, I can't even remember what happened in Charlottesville. I know somebody died, hit by a car, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And they used Charlottesville. And then January 6th happened, where the only person who died was Ashley Babbitt, murdered by a cop who's not sorry for what he did. And they use that now, completely ignoring the Summer of Love and the dozens of murders from that, for most of whom we don't know their names. The political assassination of the Trump supporter in Colorado. Don't know about that. Hell, I think Benny brought it up. Steve Scalise, the softball game where the guy shot up the softball game. I don't even know the fucker's name. I don't know the guy who shot his name. I have no fucking idea what his name is. Yeah. But I don't want, that's the last thing I want is escalation of violence. It needs to stop with Charlie. Really needs to stop. But lo and behold, the shooter into furry porn, just a degenerate lost soul. And I don't know if you can even blame the parents. Some people are just born with bad wiring, man. Poor parents. Oh, and the boyfriend. Why isn't he in jail yet? Cap Strong for $10. As stop stroking your face live. Those gestures are even if you don't realize it's dangerous, mate. It's dangerous. Oh, making his face red, yeah. The Bendu for $10. Do you think the left lost midterms after the display of? Oh, do you think the left will lose midterms after this display of violence? Kirk's passing may bring a lot of pissed off independent voters looking for a bright side after all this tragedy this week. I would love to say yes. The Republicans were headed towards a slaughter in the midterms. I don't think that's the case now because they need to be united. And I think this galvanized them a bit, but the midterms are a long way off. And the very, very, very sad news will be this will be forgotten by a lot of people, not by a lot of you guys, but by a lot of people by the time those midterms roll out. I wish it were different. And if I'm wrong, I'd love to be wrong. Absolutely love to be wrong on that. Hey, FNT, some Aussie guy here with such a heavy heart. The West needed Charlie, RIP. It did. It did. And what we don't need is, I'll say it right now, replacements for Charlie who would not be good. There is no replacement for Charlie. But no, not even like Matt Walsh. Nope. Ben Shapiro. Nope. Nick Fuentes. Hell no. Candace Owens. Fuck no. There is nobody out there, who has had his personality, right? Has had his genuineness, his authenticity. So I don't know who it is. Don't know. Maybe it's Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I'm kidding. Bad joke. A little bit. Maybe not. How come no one is getting arrested at Oxford, but people are getting arrested for Muppet? Two-tier system over there. Two-tier system over there. What is the best reasonably priced editing software for YouTube? I suddenly feel like I need to start a podcast. We can't replace Charlie, but if 1 million of us can get it 5 people each, then we get started. That's how he gets replaced. Gmort. You replace him with 1,000 more Charlies, more voices. That's how he gets replaced. You don't replace Charlie. You don't replace somebody like that. You just don't. Cheap editing. Vegas. I think that's what Perry uses. I use Adobe Premiere, but we're dumping it soon because it's cumbersome. I only used it because I was a Final Cut Pro editor, and Adobe Premiere is pretty much Final Cut Pro, so I know all the shortcuts and hotkeys and stuff. But seeing that I don't really edit that much anymore, it's not important. So Vegas. That's what I'd use. What's the other one? DaVinci? I think DaVinci. People like DaVinci. But at the chat we'll give you some good suggestions. start out with the basic bitch one. Don't if you've never edited before, just learn how to basically, lay out your timeline, get your clips together, edit on the motion. I was a pro for a little while in Hollywood, and my timelines are a disgusting mess. Like people timelines can be art. Like I think Mike from Red Letter Media showed his in one of his in the YouTube video. It was a beautiful timeline. That was a beautifully edited. I was like, oh, that's good. Mine are a hot mess. Mine are like a Jackson Pollock timeline. I just kind of clip as I go. Hey, Gary, I'm leaving for a meeting in 15 minutes. Here's some seventh tradition for you. Keep up the fight. Here, hail, Roland. Yeah, I've been to a couple this week. Did you see the video of the UK landlords saying their government pays a 30% premium to landlords to make immigrants over UK citizens to take them? Yeah, our government was doing this just a year ago, right? In New York. Hang on. In New York, we were doing the Biden administration was doing the same thing. So, wow, it sounds really globalist if they're all doing the same thing. But yes, they're going to give the hotel owners you're going to get some. By the way, you're paying for this, British taxpayer, to house. You're paying for your own destruction, as you know. And the hotels are going to make a bunch of fucking money on this. Few guys here in America, well, they weren't Americans, they were Ukrainians and Arabs, got extremely rich off this. And of course, there was no kickbacks to the Democratic Party or donations or to the Biden family at all. It was all in the up and up. It's all in the up and up. Yeah, your government's selling you out. Your government is selling you out. Not breaking any news there. Simon Ho for 5 Canadian pesos. Thoughts on corporate news posting Charlie Kirk's death a day before it happened? I didn't know that. Also, book about his shooting published on Amazon a day before too. I didn't know that either. I did see the posts of something bad's going to happen today. Like that should be looked into. I did see those. Those were real. I don't know about the book and stuff. I am all about conspiracies, as you know, Forbidden Frontier. I think this one is cut and dry in the sense that they got the guy. He was an Antifa supporter with a transgender boyfriend, hated his dad, hated society, and was just really fucked in the head. Were drugs involved? I don't know. I don't care. Committed an act of evil. Was there somebody behind him? Was there somebody helping him, pushing him in the right direction? I'm open to all that. I am absolutely open to all that. But if we're going to go down the, it's Israel highway, no, it's not. It's not. Is it a Marxist organization behind it? Yes. I would believe that very much. An alphabet Marxist organization. Yep. I could believe that. Maybe he just acted alone too. You never know. You know what we don't know? Anything about the fucking Trump shooter. Weird, huh? Eric K for $5. Everyone should take a break sometimes and watch golden retriever puppy videos. Word. It really helps. A gift from God. Yeah. Really appreciate my dog right now because Remy's back home. She's great. Coco's Jingle Shoes for $5. Stuttering John Melendez had a live stream celebrating Kirk's death. Cancel that washed up clown. He canceled himself. He did not really. The only time I've checked in is when he went after Chrissy and the dabbling thing. But what I saw is wet brain. He's got wet brain. Like he ain't coming back from that. Too much booze. Remember, he was the announcer for the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Man, he fell hard. Show business, baby. It's not worth it. Born in Boston, 61 for $2. 2017 shooter dressed as a zombie Trump. Really? I don't remember that. Cap Strong for $5. Hey, Mikey, where's the Snorlax suit? It's in his closet with his homosexuality. The Napski for $2 says, J. Swiss Charlie. I don't know what that means. Sorry. The Girthquake for $5. My first time shooting a rifle was in the United States Marine Corps boot camp. I qualified expert hitting human-sized targets at 500 yards with iron sights. Not that difficult. Gotcha. Semper Fi there, buddy. R.I.P. Charlie. Oliver Morgan says Oliver Morgan for $20. Thank you. A comment, says Rick Davis for $2. Steve Watson for 12 British pounds says conservatism, roughly the extreme liberalism of 70 years ago, but bits that need to be conserved. Ray Gonzalez for $5. Speak of Frere. Nobody spoke of Frere, and you anime guys, you're like, speaking of anime, nobody brought up anime. Can you tell everyone what you said about demons? Because that perfectly describes the people that celebrate Charlie's death. Demons from Frerin. Did I say that right? Chad's not here to explain that. Hail Vera Dork, FMLNT, RIP Charlie Kirk, says Kenzenka. Waldow for €5 says, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Thank you. Chad Admiral Thrawn for $5. Speaking of anime, Gary, everyone watch Spy Family. A lot of people have recommended it. See, one anime thing comes up, bunch of stuff because people love it. Nerds love to share stuff. Aaron Pipes for $5. The Virginian in the 60s, 90 minutes of gold week in and week out. Grim Ravner for $9.99. I'm so glad I found you guys through Heel versus Babyface rant. The way you guys stuck together and had each other's backs and didn't cancel each other was a breath of fresh air. Oh, yeah. If we're going to get rid of Az, it'll be, any day now. But we couldn't get rid of him for that. That was, I don't know. Maybe I saw it different. I had no problem with that, what he said, and the heat he was getting mostly was from people I have no respect for. So I was like, I don't know. I don't think that's bothering Az very much. It's certainly not bothering me. Az was having a lot of fun with that one. Mr. Shenanigans. But we got his back. We got that silver back. Mr. Shenanigans for $20. I used to stay quiet. That go along to get along thinking, but it took this event to remind me if I don't stand for something, I stand for nothing. Yeah, I think it was a wake-up call. I think there was a lot of content creators in politics and even cultural that were drifting a little bit. Thought, you know what? There was that cultural shift last November. Everything's going to be fine now. I tried to warn this, like that was and I'm not the only one. That was a victory. Well earned, long overdue in one little battle. And let's see if things change. Heard a lot of talk, but let's actually see it. And I haven't seen it yet. Aside from like ham-fistingly editing some films to make them a little less woke. Okay. Aiken, Aussies marching today. Keep calm, keep it clean, collect woke tears. Hail. Identify these people who celebrate, especially if they are teachers. Go to your school board, get them fired, background check new teachers. They will just move to new districts. Yeah. If you can homeschool, find a private school or a Christian school. At this point, especially if you're in a big city, like, especially if you're in California, man, it's a little different here in Texas, a little different, but, if you can, not everybody can, If you can avoid public school, I would avoid it altogether. It's not like it was great when I went to school, and that was 1,000 years ago. I'm tired of Christianity being weak and pushovers. Well, it's not weak. I mean, turn the other cheek is a thing. It is a thing. It's literally practicing what you preach, being peaceful, right? So, I mean, they're trying to bait you into stuff because it's not now anyway. It's not a super violent religion now. Was back in the day, you know, as were many religions. You were not alone in that one, but it isn't now. That's why it's the easiest to pick on. It's a sad truth. Identify the. I read that one. They will leave you if you disgrace them, says Rogue Thought. Stay safe, guys. We need you all now more than ever. You're all heroes for what you do. Ryan, you guys are heroes. Thank you for backing us. We're nothing without you. We're just a bunch of babbling fucking retards with microphones. But thank you. Just a place to congregate, commiserate, laugh. But thank you. And you be safe. You guys be safe. Banana loved me for 2 British pounds. Rachel Zegler said, you will never know peace. Yep. You know, when they say shit like that, believe them. Thanks, guys. One of the best FNTs ever. Thank you, Ryan. We appreciate it. We appreciate that. Caillou Bimbardara. Sorry. It sounded like I was having a stroke. Kaya Bimadara for 250 Martian pesos. When Charlie Kirk died, the right asked the left not to celebrate. When Floyd died, the left asked everyone to post black squares, and Gina Carano must be fired for not doing so. Lord Asperger, when George Floyd died, nobody was celebrating. Nobody was. It's sad when people die of drug overdoses. Lord Asperger's for $1.99. It definitely moved me away from Tom. That okay. Charlie Kirk was a great American. He was the embodiment of free speech, and his birthday should be made a national holiday. Rosy Toes for $5. They should definitely his home state's Arizona. Is that his home state? Wherever his home state is. I don't know why I think it's Arizona. Maybe that's when he went to school, but maybe a day of remembrance for sure. Maybe. I'm for it. We can replace like Arbor Day with Charlie Kirk Day. Now the left is in trouble. Milo's been reactivated. Oh boy. Flag them all for inciting, says Aiken. Thank you for speaking the truth. Love y'all. Right back at you, Retro. Thanks for the $25. They can just say it to their friends and family, but don't put it online. They're essentially saying, fuck his family. This feels too good. Yeah. Nobody's saying you had to like him. Nobody's saying you had to feel bad when he died. And you are free to do what you want. But if people are, well, that's just a big old red flag for life, isn't it? Like if you don't have enough self-control to not celebrate somebody's death in public, let's not, and that's just going with the fact that you want to celebrate somebody's death. You want to celebrate somebody's death. Be it in public as saying it out loud or not, but having that in your heart. Big old red flag. The left is transactional and weaponized. Yes, it is. Midlife lab for 5 British pounds. The number of vehicular deaths per year is around double the number of shooting homicides. Should we have stricter car control? Well, they're going to go for that too, but I know what you're saying. But they're definitely going to go for that too. Judah for $10. This is why I like Snopes. Driving comes with the price. Driving comes with a price. 50,000 people die on the road every year. We have decided that it is worth it. Charlie Kirk. If you know Charlie Kirk's position from the clips, then you don't know his positions. He didn't speak in sound bites. The clips they show are 20 seconds of 20-minute conversations. Yep. Here in Brazil, the media and artists label anyone who is slightly against the woke agenda or left-wing ideology as a racist fascist. Unfortunately, tolerance on our side sometimes seems to be our greatest weakness, and they know that. Excuse me. I have to drink real quick. Need to grab a drink. That's better. Excuse me. And we are coming up. We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes till open bar. You can all join Mahler and Drinker and the guys. The reason we can't do it tonight, I might have said this earlier, but going somewhere with my boy tonight. Kind of a once in a lifetime for him. And I know he doesn't like Trump, but I don't care about that. John Cleese is on a I'm Not Dead Yet tour. It's the 50th anniversary of Holy Grail. So they're going to be showing Holy Grail, and he'll be doing a Q and A here in San Antonio. So and my boy's a huge Monty Python fan, so it's going to get to see John Cleese. That's what we're doing tonight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Yeah, I think he's on tour in the States right now. Cool Man for $1.99. It's worth it to have a G attack yearly, a gun attack yearly. Charlie Kirk. I believe what he was saying. I don't want to speak for the man, but I've said it before. Freedom is dangerous. Yes, it is absolutely worth the dangers we face every day. And I could be taken out by one of those dangers. I would much rather have that than live in a very comfortable society where daddy government watches over me every day. And I live in a gray box with my gray jumpsuit on. And I go to my assigned table and I'm wrapped in bubble wrap and I'm safe every day to live this mundane bullshit life. Freedom is dangerous and it's worth it. Shout out to Ryan for all the live streams in the last few days. Been very helpful dealing with this tragedy. Thanks to all of you as well. God bless. Right back at you, Dan. Thank you for the $5. Can someone check on that Star Wars girl? Can she seems really upset in the last video. Can't reach her or anyone on X. What happened? What happened? Hope she's okay. Ayana CZ for 200 Martian pesos. Used to work in AAA. I couldn't be happier working for an indie now. No compulsory DEI workshops or Pride Awareness months anymore. Charlie is waking up a lot of people now. Hail. On a lighter note, it's my birthday and my hometown is being turned into Gotham City. Willpower. Is it London? Oh, no. Is it Glasgow? Is it Glasgow? Cornish man in America for $10 says, an amazing array of head hair on today's panel. Yes, it is. You mean red hair or head? I had the pleasure of meeting Charlie. Now the media is saying he was shot by one of us, a MAGA supporter. Can't hate the media enough. Oh, yeah. And that was even before Stifler's dad, Jimmy Kimmel, 3 days later, decided to push that narrative on his show. And now he's fucking fired. Happy Jessica. Frank the Tank 285 has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships. Thank you. Big PD 81 has gifted one. Thank you. Magnum Norris is a new member. Welcome. Then he pays it forward to Lord Bibby 42. Hail. All right. Well, we made some good progress there. We're about halfway through. Thank you for the conversation, everyone in this panel. Says B Player 1. And Steve Watson for 20 British pounds says, Ryan, you were stellar on Geeks and Gamers today, as plus Explosion. We are not worthy. We are not worthy. Ministry of Lies for $5 says, RIP Charlie Kirk. I cried for him and his family. I wanted to meet him. He could have been a future president. Thank you all for helping me cope. You are welcome. And that's where we will end it right there. We've got open bar coming up in 5 short minutes. I thank you all for joining me today. We'll do a part 2 on Saturday. Part 2 on Saturday. My retard coworkers are mad that Jimmy got fired. Fuck around and find out. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. If we want to break down the nuance of the situation at a future date next week about like maybe the state suggestion, like I don't like the state's involvement in shit anyway. I really didn't like the state's involvement when the Biden administration was using 3-letter agencies to push you in the chat, you, the average American hardworking citizen, having you taken off of social media and taking away your First Amendment right. I really didn't like that. Did anybody who's complaining about fucking Jimmy Kimmel right now bring that up then? Fuck no. Of course they didn't. And this wasn't a shitty late night host who isn't worth his time on the fucking screen. This was your mom, your dad, your sister, you, your cousin, being robbed of your First Amendment right to control the flow of information. And it was the Biden administration that was putting pressure. And don't think the Obama administration was one of the most manipulative, divisive administrations in history. And we've had plenty of them. We've had plenty of them. Believe me. You know, that Joe dumbass. There's the people out there. What if they did it to Fox News? How do you think Tucker got fired? You know, the one that Jimmy Kimmel celebrated? I know some of y'all out there on the left aren't that fucking stupid. You're just evil and dishonest. You're just evil and dishonest. And you're willing to do anything to win. And then the other side's going to start doing the same thing. And what gets lost is the truth, authenticity. And like I said, we lose. Can you blame the other side for playing for one side's rules after getting battered for 10 years? No, that's just a reality. Do I love it? No. But again, that's just a reality. All right. So thanks again. Thanks again for joining us. And yeah, I just dropped a video earlier today. If you haven't seen it, about Jimmy Kimmel being canceled. Did one yesterday too about The Witcher, if you want some fun stuff. Speaking of fuck around and find out. And I'll see you tomorrow night. We got Kada joining us for Friday Night Tights, and we'll do the second part of this on Saturday. So thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who's left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. Thanks to everyone who gifted memberships. Thanks for joining me here. Hope you were slightly entertained. It's time for open bar. Get to it. Go say hi to the boys for me. Ciao.